Ignorance is bliss, but it does not excuse murder and incest. When people purposely commit an act but try to say it was out of ignorance, then that's just purposeful ignorance. In Oedipus Rex, the lead namesake makes a bunch of choices that push him closer and closer to disaster, and does it all with a sense of pride and stubbornness. Just because he didn't know he was killing his father or marrying his mother doesn't mean he's not responsible. He's guilty as a result of the choices he made and how he handled the truth when it started to come out. He is guilty because he acted violently without thinking. When he killed the man at the crossroads who turned out to be his father, King Elias, he did it in a fit of rage. He didn't try to de-escalate the situation or walk away. Instead, he let his anger take over and ended up killing multiple people. That's not just bad luck, that's a serious lack of self-control. Even if he didn't know who the man was, murder is still murder. His reaction in that moment shows that he wasn't thinking about the consequences, which makes him responsible for what happened. He constantly refuses to listen to people who try to tell him the truth. When the prophet Tiresias tells him he's the murderer he's been looking for, Oedipus immediately gets defensive and accuses him of lying. He also ignores the warnings from Jocasta and continues to push for answers even though he knows it's going to be detrimental to him in the end. His stubbornness and need to be right actually ended up making the situation worse. If he had been willing to slow down and think things through, he might have avoided some of the tragedy. That kind of pride is part of what makes him guilty. It wasn't just fate, it was his own choices. Now, some people might argue that Oedipus shouldn't be blamed because he didn't know the full truth. He was adopted and didn't know who his real parents were. So, how could he be expected to avoid this fate? It's a fair point. He didn't knowingly commit these specific crimes, but at the same time, he had plenty of chances to act with more care. He chose to leave Corinth after hearing the prophecy, but he never followed up on who his birth parents really were. He just ran from the problem without getting all the facts. So while he didn't have all the information, he also didn't do much to get it. That lack of responsibility still counts against him. In the end, Oedipus isn't just a tragic hero controlled by destiny. He's a guy who made bad choices that led to terrible consequences. His violence, his pride, and his refusal to face the truth all played a role in his downfall. Even if he didn't know exactly what he was doing, he still had a responsibility to think through his actions and be more careful. Fate might have set the stage, but Oedipus made the move. That's why he is guilty.